YouTube, what's good? Man, I'm taking some time to myself right now. Got some shit on my mind. But when you really start thinking about a lot of shit, I'ma just get straight to the point, man. I ain't got time for no introductions and shit. Like, when you start thinking about certain shit in this world that's going on, a lot of people, bro, they like to look like they're winning. You feel me? They like to look like they winning in this little 3D matrix and shit. They got the car, whatever, all that bullshit. Little house and shit. This is not to knock y'all. This is just for people that's egos are still up there, right? For one, y'all niggas is gonna get killed on this spiritual shit. Like on a spiritual tip, bro, I can't vibrate with a lot of y'all niggas, bro. I can't. I just know too much. And it's hard to articulate shit at times. But my niggas who understand, they get it. We know. We know who's really winning and who's not. We know who's really happy. Like, there is a fucking spiritual war going on right now. Y'all niggas is too blind to see that shit. A lot of y'all niggas is too blind. You're too fucking caught up in this matrix, this fucking facade, worrying about, like, bro, as the biggest some people think is to get a family, work their little job, work a job, maybe take a couple of vacations if your job lets you every year. Like, that's their bubble. That's their bubble. That's as big as they think. They don't know that this shit, like, there's shit going on behind closed doors, who the world is really run by. Like, this is the type of shit I'm talking about. And y'all niggas that don't get it gonna think I'm crazy, but it's cool, though. Because for one, I don't need any acceptance from nobody, bro. Like, I've been tapped in with myself for a long time, and I'm still learning. I'm trying to tell y'all, like, bro, I'm no better than the next man. I can just see shit for what it is. People around me know. People that's really tapped in, they know. I know who's tapped in. I can look at you. I can look at you and read your energy and tell you ain't somebody I want to be around. I can look at you and tell that you really gonna have to reincarnate because you ain't learned what you need to learn on this fucking lifetime in this plane right now. Like, bro, it gets deep. And your niggas don't get it. Like, think about it like this. And if you never heard of it, go look it up. And I'm really trying to make these videos in increments. It's like I said, it's hard to articulate all this shit at one time. And like being spiritual and going through your own awakening, you gotta go through phases. You gotta learn for yourself. And I'm only speaking from experience and shit that I know. There's this thing called, it's a documentary. It's on YouTube. It's called The Zeitgeist, right? So, the Zeitgeist, and I'm gonna break it down in simplest terms. If you don't want me to spoil it for you, turn this shit off right now and go watch it. Basically, the Zeitgeist, it tells a story in the beginning. And it tells a story about how this man would always play his grandma in chess. I mean Monopoly. I'm thinking other shit. How he would always play his grandma in chess. Fuck, I said that shit again. I'm out here focused on some other shit right now. I'm kind of high up and shit if y'all don't want to see. But anyways, the motherfucker always played his grandma Monopoly, all right? So boom, they would always play and the grandma would always win. And, she would beat him bad. She would get all the houses. She would get all the hotels. He'd have to go bankrupt. And then they played again, and they played again, and they played again. And every single time, the grandma always won. Until one time, he got serious. And he was like, you know what? I'm going to study this game of Monopoly. I'm going to learn it, and I'm going to beat her, right? couple months go by, whatever, and he ends up playing another game of Monopoly with his grandma, right? So they're playing, and he starts winning. He starts getting the houses. He starts getting more hotels. He takes her houses. You know, if you know Monopoly, you know what I'm talking about. But anyways, he starts winning Monopoly, and he's happy. This is the first time. And boom, he ends up winning the game, right? And the dude's happy. The kid's happy. So he's super excited that he won the game. So his grandma says, you know, good game, you won. Now everything goes back in the box. It's over. So if y'all really, and that's a story, but if y'all really understand that story right there, then you'll kind of understand what I'm talking about, what I'm trying to say. She said, everything is over. It goes back in the box. Good game. And he didn't understand it. And then it talks about the bigger picture, right? The cars that you own, you don't own them. Yeah, but I paid money for this shit, and I paid this car outright. Bruh, you don't own that shit still. It's just in your possession while you're here on this fucking earth. But guess what? When you die, that car is gonna be somebody else's. The house is gonna be somebody else's. All this shit you invested in, bro, is going to go to somebody else. You don't own anything of it. When you die, put my niggas down. When you die, all this shit goes back in the box. That's what I'm trying to get at here. When you die, all this shit goes back in the box. And a lot of people are gonna reincarnate, and they gonna end up back on this earth confused. They won't know, because they never took the time to understand themselves. You have past lives. You have to take time within yourself, go out into nature and connect and learn who you are. Nobody can tell you who you are. Bro, like, I look around, and a lot of people, bro, myself included, we don't know what we doing here. But I know that there's chosen ones, and it's not just one person. There's thousands, there's millions of chosen ones that live on this earth right now that understand everything that I'm saying. They may not portray it right now because they still living in the matrix and it's still fun. Same concept, you feel me? I be on the same thing sometimes, like it's hard to get out this programming. But they get it, and they the chosen ones, and we here to wake people up. Like, bro, some people are not gonna be woken up. Some people are gonna be ignorant to this shit. Some people are gonna be so ignorant that any of this shit is gonna sound crazy. But it's cool. Y'all, bro, we can't wake up everybody. There's a lot of people on this earth right now that understand shit. A lot of conscious people. Because you gotta realize we're going through a shift. We're going through the age of Aquarius. We live in an information age. When in the timeline of Earth has anyone been able to connect with someone from across the world within 10 seconds by sending a message? When has that been done? How can millions of people watch one video and all be from around different places of this earth and all connect to it, and somehow like it all makes sense? They don't know. Nobody knows each other from the person down the fucking road. We're living in an era right now where we're more connected than ever, and we have to. You know, everything is gonna have its up and down. Life is ebb and flow. You feel me? Too much of anything is too bad. Too much of anything is not good, and you know, vice versa. Whether it's good or bad for you. You know, working out all the time or too much is still not good for you. It has to be an ebb and flow. You feel me? That's why your life, whatever, goes like this. It don't just go like this. You don't just live highs all the fucking time. You don't live lows all the time, right? You gotta find a balance. But this is the first time in a whenever that people been able to be connected this quickly. And what that causes is that causes a lot of energy to be able to be put towards one thing. Like, you know, there's meditation, there's worldwide meditation retreats going on. When people sit at a certain time and meditate, thinking about a certain thing from wherever the fuck they're at. Like, people, y'all, some people don't really understand what the fuck is happening. And I don't know if it's other people's jobs to help them. I don't know if all we can do is spread a message and hope that the people that's supposed to get it, get it. I ain't really got all the answers. I ain't got all the answers, Sway. I just know that some people, whether it's you watching, go into nature. That's what I can tell you. Go into nature, start asking yourself questions. The bigger questions that you answer, the better results you'll get. I might have said that wrong, but I meant the bigger questions that you start asking, the better answers you're gonna get, the better results you'll get. Like, you can never think about this if you never ask the right question. If you never ask the question, right? Like, you might be ignorant to what happens after death if you never asked that question for yourself and took the time to go do the research. And a lot of people won't. This pertains to the niggas that's ignorant. A lot of people won't because they feel like, bro, what does my life have to do with the big picture of the world? Why should I care that who the fuck's running the world? Who do you think's running the world? Why should I care that most of the media that we see is fucking fake? Fake stories, fake meat, fake governments, fake fucking news anchors. Like, bro, they ask, like, why should I care about any of that shit? And it's because the power's been taken from you. You've been taught that you're just a person that happened to be born on this fucking earth and you should just live your life and you should be happy and content with how you are right now. Like, bro, you know what the odds is of being a fucking human being? You know how fucking strange it is right now that I'm talking to this fucking thing right here, this phone, and it's able to relay and transmit this fucking video onto a platform where you can watch the shit and understand it? Like, bro, you have superpowers. We have superpowers. We've been taught that we just supposed to be happy with what we're given and work hard and the American dream and fuck all that shit. Wake up, like y'all niggas gotta start waking up. Like, you are very powerful. I don't think people realize that your thoughts become things and then they manifest into this physical reality. You know how powerful you have to be to think about something and then make it happen? And what are the odds of that? Like, really think about this shit. What are the odds of you being born to the family you were born, given the opportunity you were born with? What are the fucking odds of that? Nobody asked to be here. And maybe we did. And maybe we got put on earth and we're asleep and we have to remember who we are and reconnect with our higher self. You know, that's some other shit. And if y'all ain't tapped in, you feel me, y'all gotta go learn that shit. I'm the funniest nigga I know. I'm dead ass serious with all this shit, but I'm still the funniest nigga I know. People know that. Facts. But hey, I drop my phone right now, I'd be so mad. I would still be mad. It's just a phone, but I'd be mad, nigga, what? But anyways, I don't want to be talking around these people and shit. But y'all gotta start waking up. Like, bro, you think this is just an anomaly? Like, you think you're the anomaly? You think that we just live on a fucking, that you a human being and you just live on a floating ball in the middle of a fucking galaxy, and that you the only one, and you supposed to be here to work a job? You think your life is that small? Like, come on, bro. All of y'all niggas is kings and queens at the end of the day. That's all we all are. And like I said, there's a spiritual war going on, you know, and some shit's about to really be happening soon. Whether the government, they know the time's up. These niggas know these demons and shit, bro, they know their time's up. And it's cool because I know I can talk about it. Like, I know, for one, I know what I'm talking about. For two, I'm also learning and I'm growing with you. And I'm documenting this fucking journey. But it's like we've been programmed to think that our worth is less than what it is. Like, do this experiment right now, right? Do this experiment and tell me this shit isn't crazy. You were taught that you need ears to hear something, right? Right? You were taught that you need ears to be able to hear some shit. Don't say it out loud. Right? Close your mouth. Don't say this shit out loud. But tell yourself in your head, I can hear this voice talking inside my head. Just say that. I can hear this voice talking inside my head. First of all, who the fuck just said that? Second of all, how did you hear that without actually emitting sound? Like, if you understand that, you feel me? We up here. We up here. But think about it, bro. Who the fuck is this voice in your head? A lot of people like to say, this is me, you feel me? Like, this is an avatar you was given. All of us was given this fucking avatar. Whatever the fuck it is. I don't know. I didn't ask to look like this, nigga. Oh, fucking chocolate, sexy. But it's the avatar, you feel me? But think about it. You gotta learn to take yourself out of your mind, bro. Like, this shit is crazy, nigga. Don't say no sound, bro. You just heard yourself talk. And I'm pretty sure most of y'all can see thoughts. How is it that you could just close your eyes? You could go sit somewhere, meditate, whatever, sit somewhere, close your eyes, and start seeing thoughts. And you could see your past experiences. Like, you know what school you went to. You know what your first dog looked like, right? You know what your best friend looked like. You know what your house and your car looks like or whatever. Or what you want your future to look like. Bro, you could close your eyes and see this shit. You don't need eyes to see. It's your mind's eye, bro. Like, a lot of y'all niggas, bro, there's gonna be half niggas that laugh at this shit. Half of y'all niggas that understand this shit. Another half that wanna understand this shit. But it's cool though, nigga, because I don't give a fuck about none of that shit. I just give a fuck about the truth. And I know none of this shit can be debated. This shit is the truth. The truth is the truth, it's the truth, nigga. That's the quote. The truth is the truth, is the truth, is the truth. That's it. No explanation needed, nigga. But just realize, if you did that experiment, if you sit there and you just thinking, you can hear shit without hearing anything. There's a voice inside of your head. I want y'all to ask yourself, who is that? Who the fuck is that? Is it you? Do you think it's you? Most people think that the thoughts that they think are them. You are not the thoughts that you think. You are a collective. You're a collective of the thoughts that you choose to give power to. Everything that you think of, you don't fucking take action on it. I might see someone walking right here and be like, damn, I'll slap the fuck out that nigga. I might not really slap the nigga, but I thought about that shit. That don't mean that I'm that thought and I'm going to go do that shit. All we are is a collection of thoughts that we choose to give power to. And that, you know, therefore that creates our story. That creates our narrative. That creates our life story. Bro, like, this shit gets deep. I know this is a long-ass rant, nigga, and I really don't care how long this shit is. But this was just on my mind. I don't sit there and write down, I gotta make this video, blah, blah, blah. Like, I got an outline. I know kind of what I'm gonna talk about, bro, but this is the truth. You feel me? Like, I think the last thing I'm gonna touch on, the last thing I'm gonna talk about is like, building off of you are not your thoughts, you are just the thoughts that you give power to. That right there has the power to change your fucking life. That's where manifesting comes into play. That's where being able to feel the emotion of what it is that you want. I'm about to manifest some crazy shit into my life, but that's learning how to feel the emotion of what it is that you want, of already having it. You feel me? Somebody over there, I don't want to be nowhere near people right now. But that's where manifesting comes into play, right? And that's how you could change your life. You could literally change your life by telling yourself a new story. You say that you can't do a push-up, guess what? You already cut off any chance of actually doing a push-up by saying that you can't. You gave power to that thought, which now you think that you can't do that. If you think you're a great artist, or someone says, you know what, I'm a great driver. I'm a great driver. Eventually, they really might become a great driver because they believe in their fucking heads, and it's all belief. It's a belief system. Every human being thinks that the way that they live is how a human being should live. Like, this shit is crazy. But they believe in their head that they're a good driver. That's what will happen for them. You believe that you a good artist. You believe that you could really do some shit. After so long, that belief is going to become your narrative. It's going to become your story. That's why it's called his story, history. You feel me? Like, it's whatever story you choose to believe. And after you give certain thoughts power for so long, they actually become real manifestations. They actually can be seen in the physical, right? I'm just ranting on, man. I'm about to just cut this shit right here. I gotta go take care of some shit. But for the most part, I love everybody. It don't matter if you love me or not. I still love you because I know who you really are. I know that the niggas that get it will really get it. I know the people that want to get it are able to. I know how powerful everybody is. Like, with a lot of this shit, bro, I can see these people's energies. I could just look at you. That may sound crazy, nigga, but I'll look at you. I'll look at you and just read right through your ass. It's that simple. It's that simple. Try to make eye connect. This is the last thing. Try to make eye contact. Try to hold eye contact with somebody next time you're talking to them. Really look into their eyes. See if they get nervous. Watch how many times when you talking to somebody, they like, yeah, you know, I know that. Boom, they connect. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, they could talk to me. Look me in my fucking eyes. Look them in their eyes. See if you can hold connection with them like that. Your eyes will tell the truth. Because you can lie all you want, but I can look you in your eyes and I can tell that something's wrong. Your eyes are powerful. But anyways, man, much love. I'm out.